The forecast said it would rain all day, but neither of us cared. We had already decided to meet, whether or not. We met at our favorite park, the one with the long path under the cherry trees, carrying only a single umbrella between us. The park was nearly empty already, everyone else smart enough to stay home. I didn't mind having it to ourselves. You arrived a few minutes later, unhurried as always, your umbrella tucked under your arm like it was an afterthought. The sky had gone the color of wet stone by the time you reached me. Neither of us moved to open the umbrella. You laughed and said, "Let's walk without it." I should have known right then that this day would be different. So we folded the umbrella together, careless and a little giddy, and left it leaning against the cherry tree behind us. We let the rain soak us completely, through our hair, our clothes, everything. It felt less like getting wet and more like being washed clean. The streets outside the park were almost empty too. Just us and the rain and the gray reflected in every puddle. The world felt like it belonged only to us that afternoon, like everyone else had quietly agreed to stay indoors and let us have it. We didn't hurry. There was nowhere else either of us wanted to be, and the rain didn't seem to mind waiting for us either. We talked about silly dreams, the kind too impractical to say out loud to anyone else, and you never once made me feel foolish for mine. We wandered through old memories too, the kind that only mean anything to the two people who lived them. We listed places we wanted to visit together, someday. A list neither of us wrote down because we were sure we'd remember it. You kept catching raindrops in your hands like they were tiny treasures, cupping your palms and watching them disappear. I watched you do it again and again, and I remember thinking I wanted to remember exactly this, exactly you, exactly now. Our laughter carried down that empty street like it belonged there, like the whole afternoon had been built just to hold it. The conversation slowed sometimes, comfortable in a way silence rarely is, the rain filling in wherever words ran out. I secretly wished that afternoon would never end. I didn't say it out loud. Some wishes feel too fragile to speak. I found myself memorizing small things about you. The way you walked, the way you laughed, as if some part of me already knew too. The rain grew heavier as the afternoon wore on, drumming louder against the pavement, against the leaves, against us. Something in you had grown quieter too, though I couldn't have named it then. I only noticed the shape of the silence changing. When the rain became heavier, we finally ran, laughing the whole way, toward the only shelter close enough to reach. We found it beneath an old cherry tree, its branches thick enough to hold back most of the rain, if not all of it. We stood there catching our breath, laughing at how soaked we already were, as if the tree could undo what the whole afternoon had done. You grew quiet under that tree, quieter than I'd heard you all day, and you looked at me like you were trying to keep something. Your eyes had gone quiet too. The kind of quiet that usually comes before someone says something they've been carrying a while. I felt something shift right then, small and wordless, the way the air changes just before a storm finally breaks. You looked at me with quiet eyes and whispered, "Promise me you'll keep smiling." I didn't understand why you said it like that. I laughed and asked, "Why are you saying goodbye like this?" I meant it as a joke. It didn't land like one. You smiled, but your smile carried a sadness I couldn't understand, one that didn't match the joke I thought I'd made. I couldn't place what I was feeling, only that something had entered the shelter of that tree along with us, uninvited and quiet. The blossoms above us kept falling with the rain, and for the first time all day, the afternoon felt like it was ending. The rain finally began to slow, and with it came the quiet, unwelcome sense that the afternoon was closing around us. Before leaving, you placed a tiny paper crane into my hand, folded so carefully it looked like it had taken you all day. "If you ever miss me, unfold this," you said softly, your voice quieter than I'd ever heard it. I promised I wouldn't lose it, not really understanding yet what I was actually promising to keep. You turned and walked away into what was left of the rain, unhurried, the way you always walked, like there was always more time. I stood there a long while after you'd gone, the little paper crane held tight in my closed fist, not yet knowing how tightly I'd need to hold it. The next morning, I waited for your message, checking my phone before I'd even fully woken up. It never came. I told myself you were busy, or tired, or simply slow to reply, the way you sometimes were. Days became weeks, and I kept checking anyway, out of habit more than hope by the end of the first one. Weeks became months, and the checking slowed. Not because the missing you had faded, but because I'd run out of reasons to explain the silence. I finally learned that you had moved far away with your family, overnight, with no warning given to anyone, least of all me. There had been no farewell, no final hug, no last conversation to close the door properly behind you. Only that rainy afternoon remained, whole and unrepeatable, the last real thing I had of you at all. Years later, I still carried the faded paper crane in my wallet, tucked behind a card I never used, exactly where it always was. One evening, during another gentle rain, something about the sound of it against the pavement made me finally reach for it. I finally unfolded it, my hands slower and steadier than they would have been all those years ago. Inside, in your small, familiar handwriting, were words I hadn't known were waiting there the entire time. Some people are meant to stay forever in our hearts, it read, even if they can't stay in our lives. I stood there in the rain, smiling through tears, because I finally understood something I'd carried unanswered for years. I finally understood that goodbye hadn't been the ending I'd always assumed it was. It had only ever been the shape love took that day. That wasn't just the last rain before we said goodbye. It was the rain that had been teaching me something ever since. Quietly, patiently. It taught me how beautiful love can be, even the kind that doesn't last, even the kind that leaves before it's ready to. Especially that kind, maybe. Because some love was never meant to last forever. It was only ever meant to be real, once, completely.